Good evening, everyone. I'm Lindsey Burrell. The heat wave across the central United States is prompting many people to stay indoors. While most people are able to do that, the unhoused in Rapid City are left to find a way to stay cool outside. Our Keith Grant talked with the Rapid City Fire Department about how they help people on hot days.
Temperatures across much of the central United States neared or exceeded triple digits, and during heat waves like this, we are reminded to drink water and apply sunscreen, but those aren't easily available to everyone. The Rapid City Fire Department has a program set up to help unhoused people during extra hot days.
With the Unhoused, the mobile medic program, we try to do a lot of proactive measures to eliminate some of that heat exposure and stuff like that. All throughout the year, we go and drive in a lot of the common places where the unhoused hang out and congregate, down by the creek on the bike path.
And while efforts are made by the fire department, Hobbs says the most frequent thing they see is one they address consistently.
One of the common things we see is people just not drinking water. So it just gets hot. They don't hang out in the shade. Their clothing isn't always appropriate for, the heat.
The heat brings some strong UV rays as well.
And it's not only the unhoused. Anybody on the bike path who's out and about and in common places, we just go and check on them because it's really hot.
The mobile medic unit in a maroon SUV is for all of Rapid City, but they are seen most often along Rapid Creek.
That's another thing that we like to remind people, also sunscreen. We carry some of that in the ambulance as well, not just for ourselves, but for people if they need it.
In Rapid City, I'm Keith Grant, Black Hills Fox News.
Well, temperatures, they were hot this weekend. They were really hot today. I'm like slightly sunburned. I don't know if you can see. I did not take your advice for staying indoors.
You should have listened to me.
I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's take a look at the highs from today. Most of our area in the triple digits. 105 was the high in Rapid City. 110 for the South Dakota Plains. Out in Sheridan, you guys saw a high of 104. Even parts of the Black Hills were at or even above 100 in some cases. Now, I want to talk about that 105 in Rapid City because that's actually a new record for today. The previous record was 104. That's for July 18th. That record was set back in 1934. So brutally hot today, and we're still pretty hot at the moment. 93 in Rapid City, 98 still in Edgemont. As we look further out, we're starting to see a little bit cooler temperatures out in northeast Wyoming. Just 73 in Gillette, 86 in Sheridan, so it's still warm out there. And the reason for that is we're starting to see a front move through our area. We're not really going to see a lot of moisture with the front, but we will see those cooler temperatures, and we will see windy conditions. The gray or the kind of beige you see across western South Dakota, that's a wind advisory, and the yellows you see to the northwest in Sheridan and Carter County, that's a high wind warning. The high wind warning is actually in effect now, and will stay in effect until 9 a.m. tomorrow. The wind advisory for western South Dakota will go into effect at 11 p.m. and last until 8 p.m. Now, throughout the night, we may see some showers potentially to the southeast of Rapid City, but we're not going to see a lot of rain by the morning hours. We're going to be mostly clear. And like I mentioned, we will see some cooler temperatures tomorrow. I'll have details on that coming up later in the show. And when I say cooler, it's compared to today's temperatures.
Compared to today.
Yeah, I don't want people to think it's going to be like jacket weather. I'll have the details later, but cooler compared to today for sure.
Hey, I think we'll take it. Today was really hot, so cooler no matter what that is. I'll be glad to welcome it.
Yeah, honestly, it'll feel like spring tomorrow, but as you see those, I'll show you later, but the temperatures are still going to be a little bit warm.
Perfect. Thank you, Jacob. Well, in other news, police in Pine Ridge are asking for your help. They say that early yesterday morning, they responded to an assault call in Pine Ridge Village. That's where they found the body of 57-year-old Maria Makes Him First of Oglala. Her death has been ruled a homicide, and police are asking anyone with information to contact the Oglala Sioux Tribe Department of Public Safety at 605-867-5111 or send an anonymous tip to 800-CALL-FBI. Police responded to a pair of crashes this afternoon on Highway 16 near Reptile Gardens. South Dakota Highway Patrol says a Hyundai Santa Fe that had run out of gas was stopped in the driving lane when it was rear-ended by a Suzuki motorcycle. The motorcycle ended up partially underneath the car. The patrol says the 20-year-old man riding the motorcycle was taken to the hospital with serious non-life-threatening injuries. The two people in the Hyundai were not hurt, and the Highway Patrol is still investigating the accident. Well, the Department of Transportation approved a grant for the city of Sturgis to conduct a study on one of the busiest corridors, Junction Avenue. Sturgis is the largest city in Meade County and sees a large influx of tourists each year during the annual motorcycle rally. Our Kyle Clark went to Sturgis to find out what this study means for the city's travelers.
At exit 32, Junction Avenue is the second busiest street in Sturgis. And now the city of Sturgis plans to find out exactly how busy the street is. The study will cover key intersections, including Harmon, Ballpark, and Anna Streets, where they intersect with Junction Avenue, along with pedestrian and bicycle walkways in the area.
And as we've continued to grow and we have more businesses in town, traffic patterns on the street have really changed. And so we're looking for some potential changes to allow better access as well as better safety at a lot of key intersections.
As the study moves forward, the city plans to make the intersections as safe and efficient as possible so that drivers can get to their destinations quickly.
At the end of it, hopefully there will be a list of recommendations and potential designs for intersections as well as bike paths and beautification efforts, as well as hopefully some estimated costs, and then the City Council will be able to start prioritizing those and then hopefully doing individual projects.
The study should last a year. I'm Kyle Clark, Black Hills Fox News.
The Pennington County Commissioners will meet tomorrow with plans on expanding the county's wheel tax. The wheel tax is currently at $2 per wheel and could move up to $5 per wheel. The wheel tax was implemented to help the cost of bridge reconstruction in the county. Many of the bridges here in Pennington County were built after the 1972 flood and are now 50 years old. To replace the bridges, the county is applying for the state's Bridge Improvement Grant, but the only way the county qualifies for the grant is by having a wheel tax.
In the next 25 years, 89 of those bridges have to get replaced at an average cost of $750,000. And, you know, just with the county highway, with their budget and with our budget, that infrastructure cost is just, I mean, I'd hate to even say what it would take in real estate taxes to support that much.
Last year, the county brought in more than $1.4 million from the wheel tax, and by bumping it up to $5, the county is expected to bring in $3.6 million. Well, gas prices in South Dakota have dropped 10.5 cents a gallon over the past week. That's according to Gas Buddy, which says the average price in the state is now $4.52 a gallon. That puts prices in South Dakota 19.8 cents a gallon cheaper than they were a month ago, but still $1.43 higher than a year ago. The Gas Buddy report found the cheapest gas in the state was $3.93 a gallon on Monday, while the highest price stood at $5.09. A difference of $1.16 a gallon. The national average price of gas has now fallen for a fifth straight week. And 5 years ago, imagine this, gas was selling for $2.25 a gallon. But high gas prices and problems at United States airports are not keeping tourists away from South Dakota, as many make their way to the Mount Rushmore state to see what the Black Hills has to offer. However, that doesn't just apply to Americans. As Leah Burgraff found out when she traveled to Deadwood, international travelers are also returning to the area.
Attractions, attractions, and more attractions.
Towns like Deadwood are known for their many tourist attractions that keep people coming in from all around the world, even on summers like this one, where the cost to travel might be a bit higher than usual.
Monday, South Dakota's average gas price dipped a little bit, down to $4.55 a gallon. According to AAA, that's a little bit higher than the national average, but those prices haven't kept tourists from visiting the Black Hills.
We figured who knows when they'll go down, if they'll go down, so we just got to do it.
I'm from Pea Ridge, Arkansas, and I rode my motorcycle all the way here.
That's about a 14-hour bike ride. A long journey, but not quite as far as flying all the way from Kazakhstan.
It's like 20-something hours. Yes, it's pretty far from here.
Bolsho arrived in Deadwood in June with a J1 visa to learn English and will be staying in the Rushmore state through the rest of the summer.
I like everything about Deadwood. I mean, it's very historical town, and everything here has its own atmosphere, you know. So I'm very glad that I came here. I really love it. America is a must-visit country, I guess.
A more recent traveler to South Dakota is Harvey Gillen.
We're from Australia in a little town called Crystal Brook. We flew over here almost a week ago, I think it was.
Gillen says they originally flew into Denver to visit his uncle before making their way to Deadwood. What's your favorite thing that you've seen so far?
I think probably the motorbike shop we went to the other day.
What about the beef jerky?
Oh, and the beef jerky shop we went to.
Despite recent problems with delayed or canceled flights, Gillen's mom says they've had a relatively smooth vacation.
No, we were really lucky at the airports. We got through quite easily. It's certainly getting busier though with more people travelling, which is great. It's nice to see everyone getting back to it. But no, we were very, very lucky. We got through customs very easily. So that made our first trip over to America quite nice, getting through all of that with no problems.
The Gillens have about a week left before they leave the States, but have enjoyed their visit to South Dakota.
No, we're just loving the States. Everybody is so friendly. All the Americans happy to chat, and apparently they love our accent. So there you go. But no, Deadwood is amazing. If you get a chance, come and visit. It's awesome.
In Deadwood for KOTA Territory News, I'm Aaliyah Burgraff.
Well, still ahead tonight on Black Hills Fox News at 9, new evidence comes to light regarding the police response to the tragic school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Why some parents and community members are outraged as law enforcement experts call the response a failure. That's after the break right here on Black Hills Fox News at 9.